Thanks, George, and thanks, BQ, for the invitation. Got here early this morning and I thought, I'll kill some time, I'll go for a walk. Never been down to South Bank, so I walked along the river and it was great. I forgot I'm not in very good shape and I'm from Canberra, all right? So I finished about 11, I've just finished sweating now. You'll see I've got my towel, so excuse me with that, all right? We're going to talk a little bit about international trends, what we've seen at primary Olympic Games, World Championships, including Youth World Championships. It's always good to see what the best are doing and try and implement that into our system and our national style of play. The one thing I'll say with when you look at any trends, whether they're from World Championships, Olympics, WNBA, NBA, imitation's a short runway. Eventually you've got to go wheels up. So we've got a balance between the great knowledge, the great systems that have been implemented over so long. Ken Watson, Lindsay Gaze, Adrian Hurley, Barry Barnes, Jan Sterling. We do a lot right already. So we don't want to get in a situation where we're playing copycat. The thing that we always come back to, the single hardest thing to guard, and we're going to talk primarily offensively, the single hardest thing to guard in the international game is players. That's, you know, the stuff that people run is, you know, it's not too much more advanced than what you run, you know, in your representative or your school competitions, right? The hardest thing to guard in the international game is really skilled, conditioned, high IQ players. So I always say, don't try and solve technique issues with tactic solutions. Don't try and solve technique issues. In other words, you can't do the Fantastic Five at a high level against physical duress. The Fantastic Five of basketball at any level. Pivot, pass, dribble, shoot, guard your man. Doesn't matter if it's under 10s at Toowoomba or it's WNBL, it's Boomers. That's where things pass and fail. The execution of skill, all right? So, with that said, we're going to use these terrific young players and just show you some things quickly. And I know George is going to touch on advantage. The modern game offensively is about advantage. We want to identify the advantage. We want to explore the advantage. We want to keep the advantage for as long as we can. And then we want to exploit the advantage. Our heritage in basketball is very American college influenced. You know, Ken Watson went to the States in the 50s and brought back systems. Obviously, Lindsay, you know, the greatest of all time, was able to bring the shuffle and impact Australian basketball significantly. So our heritage is continuity offense, get ball reverse, first side, second side, third side, all those things. Still got merit. Internationally, and particularly in Europe, obviously they still reverse the ball, but they want to exploit advantage. All right? They want to exploit advantage. So if that advantage is on the first side of the floor, don't come down and just go to the second side of the floor. How often we've all done it, haven't we? Swing it, reverse it, and it's just about to be an advantage on the first side of the floor. All right? So that's what we're going to work on that a little bit off the drag screen. All right. So come here, brother. I need, you just get on the Nike symbol. I need someone here as a trail. All right, and I need someone on this wing, and it can be one of the girls. All right, so we all know that we play off the drag screen quite a lot, early pick and roll. All right, the earlier, now with pick and roll, the earlier you do it, the more effective it is, right? Because there's so many advanced defensive systems. If you come down All right? Everyone gets set, and the guard goes, ready, go. All right? You're just playing against the scout. It's too hard now. All right? So early pick and roll. Now, so you're going to run into it. As that happens, you're going to lift to what we call the high out. Good girl. These kids are well coached. They know language. They know the geography of the floor. Real important. First look, and if you've seen this guy play, all right, anytime the ball's in his hand, one word, advantage. All right, he's pretty good. All right, first look is refuse it. It's hard to have coverage on the pick and roll if you don't use the pick and roll. First look, he's going to look to refuse it, go downhill. All right? Now, even though he's good, he's probably not going to go and score more than 1 or 2 times a game. All right? So now he's going to get down low to what we call the logo spot. You're going to come. All right? Now come off it. You're going to roll. All right, so we've got advantage, haven't got it. See if he's got pull-up, and I know I'm a dinosaur. I know the pull-up jump shot is against the rules of young people. All right, tell Bryce Cotton that. Okay, so he's got refuse, pull-up, roll game, or post game. Another thing that's gone the way of flared pants, post game. You know, and we got one of the greatest post players in the history of our game here today in Mark. All right? Germany, Eurobasket World Championship, World Cup Championship, biggest team in world basketball played through the post. All right? So we're looking for that advantage. So we're staying on this side of the floor a little bit longer. Refuse, reuse, pull up, roll game, post game. All right? Only then are we hitting that. All right? And if you watch the Boomers at Asia Cup, Galloway, particularly Dave O'Hickey, this high out, or some people call it the alley or the slot, you know, basketball's a game of language. She's ripping it. All right? And again, you might have an advantage there. You step in and go. So let's just see that at pace. Let's just see that at pace. Advantage game, refuse, good. Reuse, pull-up game, there, good. Get another group in, quick, get another group in. It's not rocket science, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, keep another group in, keep going through, don't be out for too long. Right. The other thing that we've got to be aware of, especially with pick and roll play, is if there's no advantage, there's no advantage. All right? And I know, and no offense to those people that played that position, but I know you selfish little so-and-sos think the whole game's about you. All right? Sometimes you've got to get it out of their hands. And there's an obvious advantage second side, right? So we want to make sure that we explore advantage first side, refuse, reuse, pull-up game, roll game, post game, all right? But if it's dirty, in other words, there's no clear advantage, that's when we've got to get into reversal game. So as you come, all right, and I take this away. So you come and screen me. I slide underneath. You can't get that. There's nothing there. That's got to go there straight away. All right? Now, 1-on-0, get it and go. 1-on-1, get it done. 1-on-2, not for you. 1-on-3, come and sit with me. 1-on-4, play no more. All right? But this slot here is a great 1-on-1. Like, I'm uncomfortable now, so he can play 1-on-1. If, and this is where the boomerang comes in, the boomerang pass. All right? if we've done all that and the defense is elite, make sure you're in your own high out. And I've done a good job, all right? And it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, I'm elite defensively. I've closed out. I've put pressure. You can't get by me, all right? Boomerang it. Hit it straight back. Now, 1-on-0, get it and go. 1-on-1, get it done. What I'm saying here, particularly someone like him, don't send someone back. You know, with switches and coverages and whatever else. Let him play 1-on-1, and then we can go from there, right? So I'm in this gap, it goes, I close out, you're on your pony, all right? You're wheeling and sitting. And again, we're playing this advantage here until there's no advantage, all right? Let's play that 3-on-3. Quick, 3-on-3. Now, all right, don't drive me insane. You got these beautiful reversals, and how often does this happen in junior basketball? They got the beautiful reversals. You go 3-on-3. There's 2 purples. There's 1 green. It's like, guys, all right, we good? No, we're not good. We're not good. Sometimes the biggest disadvantage is we're still not going to be right. Everyone's going to change, but anyway, we're good. All right, so start back here. All right, first advantage is 1-on-1. Don't take it. Second advantage, all right, is refuse. All right, go downhill, hold space, come off it, realize it's dirty, kick it, sprint to create a vacuum, boomerang it, play it, play it. All right, got that. Let's see it at pace. Let's go. Take a better shot than that. Go. Good. All right, now, pretty simple. Come back, quick, let's move. So you've gone to it, you've boomeranged it back. So get through it, just quick, quick, quick. All right, we've realized that the advantage is still on the first side of the floor, so we boomerang it back, all right? I was talking to an American coach and he goes, the boomer pass. I go, what? He goes, the boomer pass. Who'd you name that after? I said, boomerang, idiot, all right? But first side, so he's got 1-on-1, but the other advantage, and this is where our European counterparts do it better, Serbia, Germany in particular, all right? You realize you've got an advantage. What's your advantage? Yeah. Right? And you're obligated to give me the ball. Obligated. All right? So, again, we boomerang it. He's really skilled and quick, but he might not be the ultimate advantage. The ultimate advantage might be below him. All right? All right, let's see if we can play all through that and get a post up. Play. Good. Good. All right, now play. Good. All right. Now, same thing. We realize that there's nothing there. So you come, you hear switch. They're going to switch it. As soon as you hear switch, and you have to have something against switch because there's so much of it. All right? You've got to have something. And the key with screeners, particularly young guys, as soon as you hear, feel, or sense switch, basket cut. As soon as you hear, sense, right, or feel switch, and you go, what do you mean? Well, switch, switch, you're on your bike. Sense, you're coming and you see them changing their footwork, you're on your bike, all right? Or you feel this, right? I'm keeping you there so I can jump out here. You're on your bike. So you're going to slip it. And as soon as he slips it, you're coming here. All right? Now, you deny it back. Deny it back. We've got nothing here now. All right? So now you've got to penetrate trying to get through the middle, because that's where the gap is. We all understand single gap, double gap, triple gap. All right? If there's denial, that's a double gap. We drive double gaps. All right? You go until there's someone helps. You're on your pony right there. All right? You're hitting him or you're getting that. Okay? So rather than have an offensive set, you're playing off drags, and they understand to look for advantage, all right, and then try and explore the advantage. The key here, keep the advantage. All right, that's the key one. Why? What have we been telling them for 100 years? Swing it, reverse it, swing it. So they're like, what are kids good at? They're compliant. They throw it over there, and you're on the sideline going, oh, we could have had a post up. Whose fault is it? It's ours, it's not theirs. All right, so, all right, come back here, you come back here. You sprint in and sprint out. Sprint in, sprint out, slip it, switch, switch, switch. Good, good. All right, come back. Now, I just told them before that I'm coaching you, I'm not coaching them. All right, so they're trying to be compliant. But you got to get on the motorway, mate. That's the freeway. It's not a cul-de-sac. All right, you got to go. Here we go. Slip it, sprint, sprint in, sprint, sprint. Good. Good boy. All right. This spot here, I call it the high out because I'd rather paint a word picture than have some sexy term. All right. Some people call it the slot. Some people call it the alley. And again, I'm not here to tell you what to. All right. But make sure you define the geography of the floor. But understand this. This is a really difficult place to defend. If you looked at Galloway, if you looked at Davo at Asia Cup, the other one who was really good at it was born for the opals. All right, she's multifaceted. She'd just get it here. She'd sit down, pivot into it, and now we're creating advantage through there. All right, give me O&D in the corner, quick. All right, so you're coming, and we think this is an advantage. No offense, but what position do you play? Like 4? You're shooting guard? Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Great answer. Yeah. All right? He's pretty quick though, all right? There's probably an advantage here, and that's not a criticism of him. There's an advantage everywhere on the floor. So rather than you bring bees to the honey pot, all right, you say clear, clear. In other words, he's got a clear run. And you're going to come, and then you're going to snap back and screen him. You're going to go away, and you're going to curl off that. You're driving, all right? You've either got kickback, or you've got him, or you're on the net, or you've got fourth guy. All right? Got it? Here we go. Good. Let's go clear kickback now. Clear kickback. All right. What's the rhyme? 1 on 2? Not for you. All right. Were you open? Bro. Like, she was standing in the middle of the Gabba. She was so open, all right? You're driving down Vulture Street with cars like trying to, all right? Now, all right? Let's go kick back, snap back, all right? So you're going, come off it, catch it high, come get him, snap back, use it, roll. All right, now we've got, listen, if you get by him, you've got 2 2-on-1s. 2 on 1, 2 on 1. All right, if he sags, 2 on 1. And then we just play there. That's the other thing with the international game. They split the court into thirds. The 2 outside thirds and the middle third. The elite teams dominate the middle third. They dominate the middle third. Melbourne United, the most consistent team in the NBL for the last 5 years, dominate the middle third. They run all that Spanish action and whatever else. And of course, anytime Chris is involved, bad things are going to happen for the defense. All right? But that's what we want to try and do. Make sure that we're collapsing the defense and dominating this middle third. Let's do that at pace now. So we got clear, curl back, snap back, roll. Good. Again, you look like a genius. They're obviously not killing themselves defensively, all right? But what you want to get to do, you see that, we just play till we get an obvious advantage. And we can exploit that advantage. If you've got movement into the middle pick and roll, where if someone's had to guard a cut, now they're guarding the pick and roll, it's really, really difficult. The most difficult thing to do defensively is change stance. All right? People will say it's defend the ball, and yeah, I get it. But so now I'm on the ball. Now I'm in denial. Now I'm gap. Now I'm drops. And now here comes pick and roll. Or here comes screen. All right? The big thing is there's more... most people call them wide screens now, which is just a sexy way to say down screens. There's more downs and flares now in the international game than there has been, you know, probably since Mark played. Because it went so pick and roll heavy, you know, and you think about when the Boomers won in Tokyo, it was middle third dominance, wasn't it, by Paddy, right? And we were playing against the most dominant middle third player in the last 20 years in Luka, okay? But you see now the Serbians, the Germans, in the women's game, the Belgians. If you really want to learn offense, watch the Belgian women, the Belgian Cats. Their offense is just seamless. This happens, then this happens, then this happens, and it's just a free clinic. All right, so now, clear, go. Now, stop. All right, they're switching. They're switching. So, when they switch, if you've got an away screen, screen your own. Oh, he's been well coached. He went to flip it, and that's not wrong. Good boy. Screen your own. All right? Who was guarding you? Yeah. So he's getting ready to switch this action, absorb. He's getting ready. So just screen him, still run the same action. Look where he is. All right? He's out of the play. If he can't get downhill, pop. All right? Give it to him. Come get him again now. Slip it, slip it, slip it. All right? Early roll. See how open she is? All right? And then you play from there. Okay? So, again, it's just advantage. Often the defense will provide you with the advantage, right, by their coverage and whatever else. If you can get your screeners, whether that's down, wide screener, stagger screen, whatever, a pick and roll, to slip half the time, all right, that's the best way to punish. And I'll tell you, teams will stop switching because they'll get nervous. They'll get nervous. You get a layup when someone blows a switch coverage, the coach is there going crazy on the sideline, all right? He's blaming the players even though it's his or her fault, all right? So we got that. You're going to screen your own. So clear, go, play. Good. All right, and you've got to be comfortable with the mess too in that situation, and that's a big thing with now modern coaching method. Just give them some tools and be comfortable with the mess. Doesn't mean that the anarchy rules. Doesn't mean that you have to you know, you've got your own line of acceptability, right? But as long as they're hovering around that line of acceptability, let them play and explore and go from there, all right? So make sure you guys get in as well, because I know how boring it is just to stand and watch. Again, advance, stop. All right, so again, we've got an advantage. You're just going to stagger away. You're going to staggered screen away. You know what I mean? Sorry, yep, good. All right, go down, so now, staggered screens become, it's funny, you know, it was obviously a big part of what we did as a nation for so long. And it went away because people said, oh, there's spacing issues and whatever else. It's funny, what's old is new again. All right? What teams do is switch it. So you've got to be in punish mode straight away. So the first look on it, all right, she's a great shooter. So she's coming there. We talk about load, look, and leave. Load, look, and leave. I'm the cutter. I'll be you for the moment. I load. All right, toes to the ball. I'm in a stance. I'm ready to go. I've got my hungry hands up. I look. Look at what? Look at what? The defense. Then I leave. So if she's there, I'm leaving this way. If she's there, I'm leaving this way. We call this baseline back cut the Talbot cut after Steph Talbot, probably the best cutter in the world. All-Star 5 at the last World Championships, World Cup in Sydney, all right, on the back of just an elite cutter. She's fearless, all right. She puts so much pressure on, but the big thing is she's so sacrificial. All right, so if she's on the same side with Sammy Whitcomb, she makes that cut. Who's there on offense? I can't. Go. Yeah, you're on offense, so you go back cut. All right. This is Sammy Whitcomb. Pressure on the rim. Come up, come out. 3 or long closeout. Now, good boy. Yep, do what you did. This is what we've got to finish with. All right, 3 or post. 3 or post. Or, where's the double gap? Yeah, good boy. Double gaps here, because he's got gravity, hasn't he? If you've seen him play, he's got gravity. They don't tend to help off him too much. So then you drive the double gap. We'll get in here. All right, and then this is where you get your reward. Go from there. So let's go staggers away. Get that Talbot cut and then make play. So what's your 2 options? Big voice.
3 on the post.
3? Yep, actually there's 3 options. Good boy. Shoot the 3, all right? Roll it into the post or drive a double gap. All right? How will you decide which one to do? Which is the biggest? It starts with A. Come on, brother.
Advantage.
Advantage. Good boy. All right, let's stagger away, get the best advantage. Play. Good, that's fine. Now play. Good. And on that, I wanted her to back cut. This is where coaching's changed. All right? 15 years ago, or Trevor and I can talk about 100 years ago, right? I would have gone crazy. Back cut, da-da-da. What did she do? She did the right thing, right? So, you know, make sure you park your ego, right? If a kid makes a basketball play, Sandy Brondello's got a great saying. Sometimes you've got to break a play to make a play. Sometimes you've got to break a play to make a play. Now, who's coached under 16 boys? All right? I wouldn't be espousing that with them too much. But it's true, all right? Now, hey, great job. Can you give me a Talbot cut this next time, though? All right, go. Good cut. All right, go again. It's all right. Now, what did you learn? Good pass. What did you learn? What's it important to do when you make that Talbot cut? Yeah, right. Look for the cut. And this is the problem. The reason that happened, again, my fault. I prescribed the movement. So what did she do? She was compliant. Was she wide open? Yes, because I'm a genius. All right. But she didn't know. She's just doing what coach says. All right. Where was the advantage? At the rim. We had a layup. Biggest advantage we can get. Here we go. Good cut. Decide. Good boy. Now, it's not bad. One-on-one, get it done. So, not bad. And I just said that the pull-up jump shots are a really big weapon. Was that the best shot available? No. All right. Now, here's something for you. Praise, prompt, leave. All right? Ask him a question, was that the best shot available? What I should have done first is said, good look, all right, I don't mind that. One-on-one, I don't mind that. Praise. Prompt, was that the best shot available? No. What's the most important element of praise, prompt, leave in coaching? Leave. Right? Don't go into, now I'm coaching you, not him, but like, hey, I like one-on-one, all right, way to be aggressive. Was that the best shot available? No. Our time together is done. I've got to go off and coach someone else or something else. What do coaches do a lot? I've done it in this clinic. Starts with R. Repeat. Why do we say things? 3 lines on the baseline. 3 lines on the baseline. Get on the baseline in 3 lines, and then we just, like, why do we do that? All right? It doesn't make any sense. All right. So, now, what we've got here is you're going to come. We think there's an advantage on this side of the floor. They're doing a great job. They've put a bigger player on our ball handler. They're doing it. They've got the coverage there. So now we've got to look somewhere else. This cut from here or even a little bit wider, we call the Newley cut. Brad Newley, one of our great boomers, the best cutter from opposite in the history of the Australian game. All right? So effective and so much gravity because he's such an athlete. We started calling it the Newley cut, and I ran into him at a clinic and he goes, oh, that's cool. I go, no, mate, me and Newley, not you. All right? But can he make that Newley cut? You're playing that, and you're just, as soon as he head turns, you're just running the rim. You see LeBron do this a lot, even at, I don't know how old he is, 58, right? Just gravity, just that, okay? So you keep going, you might refuse it, yeah. And then you might be able to hit him now. You can't get basket, what are you going to do now? No. So this is the thing. Where's the advantage? We created advantage from that Newley cut. The ultimate advantage is layup or dunk. Where's the next advantage? Now this is talking about keeping the advantage. Post. All right? Post right there. 2-man game. All right? So right there. Now, you're taking him away. Okay? You might flash. If he fights around, send it. And we still look at the advantage. We play high, low game. All right? Then we finish. We got from there. Okay? But a lot of the time for this, we talk it, freshen up the shooter. And the Opals do a great job of this with Sammy. All right? And if you watch it right now with the Sydney Flames, sorry, that's how old I am. Lauren Nicholson, every team's just capping her. She runs to the corner, they just cap her or top block or whatever it is, she can't get it. So you've got to freshen up the shooter. So come, fly, fly. Right, now, anytime there's that angled cut, it occupies 2 defenders. Anytime there's an angled cut, it occupies 2 defenders. One of the great premises of the shuffle, all right? That shuffle cut is so effective because it occupies 2 defenders, all right? So, what you've got to do is lift. Can you skip it or can you shift it, all right? So, shift and play here, all right? You notice what we haven't done and I think he was about to do. It's this, I'll give you a hint. It's the absolute scourge of youth basketball in this country. Dribble handoff. All right? We haven't. Now, I'm not saying that they're not effective, but look at everything we can do before we do that. Who's seen this play? Come down, dribble handoff, reverse it, dribble handoff, come down, middle pick and roll, 1-on-2 play. All right? Yeah. If you've been to a junior basketball game the last 10 years, you've seen that 50 times a game. All right? We want movement. So we're gonna do that. Now, send it, have a look at it. Now wheel away, good boy. Now you can come get her. All right, come off it. Yep, good. And then we just play from there. So the kids know, all right? But we call that freshen the shooter. In other words, just get an easy catch. Now, if you've got a really good shooter, like a Sammy, we'd run that and just let her blast it up. Chris, I'd just let him blast it up. Not everyone. It's not anarchy rules, all right? What do they say? Let the shooters shoot, the passers pass, the screeners screen, and never the 3 shall meet. I'm a big advocate of that, all right? Let's see what we got here now. Newly cut. Good, good. Good. Good job. All right. Now, who are we trying to freshen up? The shooter. She did an elite job, threw it in the post, and then she stood and watched. All right. So after you roll it into the post, we're trying to get you something good. All right. Roll it in there, come away, and then curl back, all right, and see if you can get yourself a cheap 3, all right? So on that post feed, particularly if it's 2-side like it is, right, run that curl back. So post feed, boom, come right back in here, okay? All right, let's see what we got. Stay higher, stay higher. No, so all right? We got to play out of the high outs early on. We're not going to be able to impact the middle third of the floor if we're towing the 3-point line. Right, yeah, so you're up here a little bit. And just a foot rate. Are you faster than him? Yeah, all right. Good, I like good answer, all right? So, hey, now there's 60 people watching, all right? All right, plate. Good cut. Good. All right, get people through. All right, good. And again, guys, restricted a little bit by time, and I'm mindful of not diving too much into what George has prepared, advantage, disadvantage, all right? So that's why we're going off the drag screen a lot of the time. All right? Pass and cut still really effective. So the other thing against switching, right, is just switch rolls. So if we're going clear, you just go and get him, and you flare. All right. Now it's funny. I was talking to Trevor before this, and we're both dinosaurs. No offense, coach. Right. We've always gone one for the ball, one for the basket. We've done that for 100 years, right? Steve Kerr calls it splits. Now we all call it splits. I've got these young guys teaching me the splits offense, right? Which is cool. It's got merit, but it's still one for the ball, one for the basket, all right? So, again, if they're going to switch it, which is that what you guys did? Yeah. Right? Soon as you hear, see, or feel switch, what's your rule? Slip. Okay? So we got that, I got that. If you think they're switching it to get an advantage, right, go back where you were, you come here, screen your own and then slip. If they're switching, particularly if you look at the Japanese women's team at the Tokyo Olympics, silver medalist, most impressive offensive team I've seen in 15 years. Right, they're elite at this because they can all shoot, but more importantly, they can all pass. Right? So it's coming, he's getting ready to switch. Screen your own. Just fly. All right? And then just play from there. Okay? So what we've got now is clear, flare. All right? Now you can dribble handoff because we're going to freshen up our shooter. Come off it, look to score. All right? Go. Flare. Get it opposite. Downhill. What's the feedback? Sorry? No. All right, great answer. You're a shooter, all right? I don't mean what's the feedback for the coaches, I mean what's the feedback for him? Hand off, brother, come down and get me. I'm ready to roll, all right? Go. Good. Excellent pass. That's pretty skilled, all right? If you see the elite players now in the game, that ability, and that's the advantage. Where did we create a little bit of confusion, or where did we collapse the defense geographically? Middle third. We look outside third. All right. They had the NBL had Partizan, Belgrade, and Panathinaikos come out to play, and it was a free clinic watching the games. All right. They'd compact the middle third, and then these big guards, boom, just opposite, threes, long closeouts, whatever else. All right, so, you know, that's skilled, all right, but that's where, you know, basketball's not a game of absolutes. You know, we say don't jump to pass. We've got to be better than that now. Yeah, you know, did you jump? No, really skilled. But probably to make that to, 45-foot pass, you probably got to jump. Don't jump to find a pass, but certainly jump to make a pass. All right, see what we got now. Last one. Here we go. Good, slip it. Aye. Good, that's fine. Good boy. There it is. All right, pretty good. Now, we're throwing this stuff at them at warp speed, right? And they're pretty good. They're making pretty good decisions. Where you sit with split kick extra and what your rules around dribble penetration is, we went through a stage, we being Basketball Australia, with Andre. Obviously got great heritage here with the Bullets and with Brisbane. He was a big one on split kick extra, in other words, so I split, so I create a drive, someone helps, I kick it, that guy's got to either shoot it or pass it. So there's not that, you know, you see it in youth basketball all the time, it's kick, drive, and then all of a sudden we've got everyone in a clothes dryer in the middle of it, right, and nothing's getting done, right? And it's really effective, and as a principle, it's important, but basketball's not a game of absolutes. You see a lot now, a lot of that action still in the NBL, and you know, and the impact that Andre's had on Australian basketball is profound. But also, if you know, we teach the kids shot pass drive decisions. If the best decision is to drive, there shouldn't be a rule that stops them driving. Does that make sense? All right, so pretty good. Now, we've done all that with 4 players. Let's give me the 5, the 2 other, doesn't matter if you're not 5s. All right, how many have we got? I don't want the girls to have to change, but can light guard light? Can we? No? Okay, great. All right, it's just me being stubborn. So now what do we do with the 5th person? And particularly in youth basketball, how am I going for time there, coach? 5? 10? Well, you know 10's 25. So 5? Yeah, okay. All right. With young players, and I know there's a lot of 5 out now, all right, which is great, all right? But sometimes we set young players up for failure by having kids that don't have the functional movement and whatever else. Yes, we want a multi-skill, and yes, we want to have them in different environments and whatever. Yes, we want them out on the perimeter so they can develop those skills. But come game, we've got to, one of the biggest elements, and I know we've got some educators in the room, of learning is success. You've got to provide them with an opportunity for success. All right? So now, what I want you to do, who's on offense? Come here. You're going to sit down here in the box. I call it the couch, whatever you want to call it. All right? I think it's really hard for young players to start in the low post. All right? We want them to move. So, let's go staggers action. So you're going clear, staggers. As that happens, from the box, you're going to wheel underneath, see if we can get a cheap one in there. All right? You see how he's got the ball? He's got it on the move. Too often we think every kid's Shaquille O'Neal. Go to the low post, throw it in, go big boy. It doesn't work. All right? Now, against good defenders, he's not going to get that. All right? So as soon as you realise you're not getting it, you're coming off it, shooter, get to the box again. All right? So now we can play this. Yep, good. Separate. There. All right? We can post him because he likes the post. Now from the box, he's a cutter again. All right? Right in there. And then we play. So let him start, I call it the couch. Go and sit in the couch. Heels on the floor outside the lane and be a receiver. Allow them to get shots and touches as a receiver. All right? Let's see that. Good. Good. The obvious thing to do is usually the obvious thing to do. It's really important to keep young players that. So we run an action, she's wide open, she's a shooter. What did she do? What should she do? Right? They connected. Now the second concept here is post to pass. Right? Another great boomer, Joe Ingles, obviously could do a lot of things really well, but when Brett was the coach, they ran a lot of this post to pass where Joe was on this side of the floor. Why was he on this side of the floor? Lefty. You remember that shot in London when Paddy made that big shot, right? It was post to pass. So as we come, we're away, you're rolling. You realise you don't get it, you come to the box, sit down, yep, roll it in there. Now, she's come off it. You go and get hers. Keep coming, sister. All right? Now, if they switch it, what's your rule? Go right through there. Hit that. All right? Hit that. And then we play. If they trail, keep curling for 3. So I don't like the term false action or false motion. I think that's where we get in trouble. Come down, run false motion. There's a little thing called the shot clock. So we're running all this bullshit. And then there's 6 seconds to go, and it ends up with me. That ain't good. All right? We want to, how do we start? All right? Identify the advantage, explore the advantage, keep the advantage, exploit the advantage. That should be our premise of offense. All right, we're going to post to pass. Here we go. Good. Now get up. Read it. Good cut. Good girl. All right, right idea. As operation successful, patient died. All right? But that's the thing that we've got to do, and then from there you're going to blend receiver principles. So just walk through that again, exactly what happened. Same play, post to pass. Yep, did you screen? Well, just do it, that's fine. There, all right, throw it. All right, where have you got to go? All right, either right there or right here. And then we're just playing basketball. I think receiver principles, particularly for interior players, is the most important thing you can teach young players. All right? That's how they get easy scores. Every kid wants to score. In junior basketball, who does the bulk of the scoring? Then this, and then this gets 2 points if they're lucky offensive rebound, right? Because we don't give them the tools to do it. So whatever you do, that's why I like this. You know, they don't have to play in the post. Now, this guy has got a natural proclivity to play in the post. I'm happy for him to post after every pick and roll and play in the low post back to the basket. None of the others are post players. So why would I set them up for fail? So I'm going to put them down there in the couch, all right, and make them cutters. All right. Now, white, huddle, huddle. White, huddle. You guys huddle too. You're play calling now, all right? Explain, and you guys are figuring out, are you switching, are you staying, what are you doing, all right? 7, 6, 5, let's go. Play, play. Don't turn it into Pythagoras' theorem, just play. Stop. I was about to say, purple, your ball. Then I realised where I was. Maroon, your ball. That would have been diabolical, wouldn't it? All right? Talk about lose credibility. Right? Maroon's ball, huddle, what do you got? Huddle, what do you got? At the COE, we're doing a lot of this now. A lot of this. All right? We give them a concept, bang. All right? If you know our coach, he's not the most patient guy in the world, so he gives them 4 seconds. 4 seconds, and then he's yelling at them to start. Right? We're going to give them a little bit longer. Here we go. All right, come up here, both groups. What were you trying to do? Now, when you had on offense? Stagger. And what advantage did you think you were looking for, did you think you had? Post, all right? Pleasing, isn't it? Yeah, both groups ran something to throw the ball in the post. They get thrown out of the players' union, all right? Can't throw it in there anymore. Good. What were you guys trying to do?
We were doing stagger, and then the person out of the corner was going to come off it and hopefully get an advantage, like catch and shoot.
Okay. The last thing in that, he said, hopefully get an advantage out of the action. And that's how we want them to think, all right? Doesn't mean that we don't have, all this is somewhat scripted. I'm not here preaching anarchy rules, all right? But if you can just give them that understanding that we want to come down and identify a potential advantage, we're going to explore that, then we want to keep it. We don't want to run away from it so quickly with the first side, second side, third side. I spoke about our coaching heritage, you know, with shuffle and flex and all those things like that, great offensive systems, all born out of, at minimum, 30-second shot clock. Right? It's a whole different game. A whole different game. So I'm not saying that those things don't have a place in the game, but underpinning it's got to be the ability to exploit an advantage. We can't just run it to, you know, the former Yugoslavia. They'd run flex until you like were asleep and then they'd dunk it, right? And the discipline was just phenomenal, right? So we can't do that anymore, right? Because the game and the rules have changed. Look, I'm mindful of your time. I'm mindful of not stealing the thunder, George, and I've got to get down to Logan, my Brisbane geography, so I could get there by Tuesday. These guys were superb. The first thing I told them, hey, I'm coaching the coaches, I'm not coaching you, right? But don't muck it up. Fair. I just put a framework in, all right? Now, I thought they were fantastic. Great spirit, bit of personality. You could coach them, all right? They explored, you know, tick, tick, tick. Now, they've been well coached, and that's a credit to BQ, but I know also from association, because that's where the work gets done. So if any of you have coached any of them, well done, all right? And thanks, guys. Thanks to BQ for the opportunity to come up. Well done, you. I know it's always a busy time, Saturday afternoon, and there's lots of nice things to do, as I found out this morning walking around down by the river. So appreciate you coming. I have notes that George will share. I'll probably have to rewrite them because I went rogue after about 4 minutes, mate. I'm sorry, as you tend to do, but that's what coaches do. So I won't open up to questions, guys, because we've just done a lot of talking. I'll let you freshen up a little bit, get into George's stuff, but most importantly, can we thank these guys, please?